For me, if I can live an extensive period of time in 15 countries that represent to me the 15, I call this cultural clusters.
Okay.
Which for me is North America, South America, Europe, Eastern Europe, the Mediterranean Europe, which is either Portugal, Spain, Italy, France, one of those. UK, Africa, Scandinavia, and then China and or Japan, Korea, or India. One of those. So if I can actually experience extensively, maybe a few months or so, maybe a year, in any country from those areas, to me, that's good enough to get like a taste of the different mindsets. Because to be honest, the country, for example, Portugal, Spain, Italy, France, their mindsets are really similar.
Right.
Way more similar than a Spanish person and an American person, for example, or whatever, a Russian person. And a guy from Poland, his mindset is going to be really similar to a guy from Lithuania or Russia, even. A guy from Ghana is going to be really similar to a guy from, I don't know, at Mali or whatever, like a guy in Central Africa. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I break it down into cultural clusters, not countries. To me, it's not so much about countries, you know.
Total.
Like,
Work
but
away.
Work away. Listen, yeah,
Do
yeah.
work away.
She's the perfect example.
Low-key.
Olivia is the perfect
Go
example.
work away. It's so great.
She's living.
It's so
She's
fun.
living life, guys. Olivia is living life right there. That's what you need to look up to. Getting a job, getting a work away program.
Yeah, no, but like for real, I would recommend it to anybody interested in that, because like honestly, like I think it's set up to do that, because you're not staying in a hotel or even a hostel with other travelers from other places. You're literally staying in like the home of a person of that place. Usually, and like food is usually like included in the agreement as well. So like they're cooking for you. You're trying the food of the place. You're hearing, if it's a different language, you're hearing that language. You're just interacting with the people who have been there. You're meeting their family, friends. You're getting their firsthand like recommendations of how to best spend your time there.
Workpackers.
Work away.
Work
Yeah,
away.
it's a website. It's like almost like Indeed, like a job hunting website.
Yes.
But you're just searching for these volunteer exchanges, and you help them out with something in literally every country. You could find one in any country. You can search by skill or by country you want to visit.
Nice.
And most of them are also, you could move like every 2 weeks to a new workaway, right? But a lot of them, especially with families and stuff, they ask for you to stay a month, 2 months, like a period of time, not too long, so you can still, have very different experiences, but to actually like feel immersed for a bit.
Of course,
and,
to get the insights.
And it's something a lot of people can do, because you're just paying for, it's not like, I don't know, there's so many travel programs where it's like, it sounds great and they're like, yeah, it's $1,000 for the course and then you pay everything else. Like, no, this like, you just have to get there. So like, if you could even start with places in your surrounding area, even if the culture is not crazy different, just to get that experience of being somewhere where you know nobody, you might not know the language, right? Just crossing a border. You just have to get yourself there. Like, room is included, food is included. Once you're there, I didn't spend
It's fantastic.
a lot of money at all. Like, it's very an accessible way to do it, I think.
Work away.
That's the that's, I mean, I have this remote job right now, and to me, I'm thankful that I have this job, because at least if I want to do something like that, I could do it, because I could go. But because to me, it's more about connections, just connecting.
Right.
Because I did travel. I don't know if a lot but I mean, I was in the States and stuff, and Italy and Greece, and the UK. But again, I stayed for, like, I worked there, like I got a job there and I did stuff there. But for me, it's not so much about being in the country. It's about
Literally.
like connecting with people
Literally.
there. And like bring that home.
Yeah.
Bring that home with you.
Yeah.
And then you keep that you have a friend there.
Exactly. That's what I say to people.
That's the
People are
best.
like, aren't you worried that you don't have like a real job and that you're just moving around all the time? I'm like, no, I feel like more secure than ever, because also like I'm like I don't really have a favorite place for the place, you know. I have like the memory of the people or the family or this random friend, or you know what I mean. And I know I always have somewhere to go. Like it's a very comforting feeling. Everyone's like, oh, but you're alone and you're traveling all over the world, do you feel safe? I'm like, yeah, because like I feel like I'm never too far from someone who I feel like has my back, you know what I mean.
But Olivia, you're not the normal American though. I mean, you're not the average American.
I guess. I
mean, I've met other American girls, and for you, I would say maybe you could be 10% of girls like your mindset, because American mindset usually tends to be more focused on getting a good career. And
that's true. Yeah, like I'm the only like out of like my friends from like schooling, like high school, like university and stuff. Like just by what I see on Facebook, I'm like. I'm the only one who's like not married with a dog or a baby right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm 27, you know? So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I feel like I've separated from those people, and I'm only seeing them through like social media. 'Cause like, I just found that those weren't my priorities, but by doing what you want to do, you connect with people who do have your priorities. Right. Yeah. So
also, you see, because another thing that they complain about, people that complain about, for example, like if they say, okay, Olivia, what are you doing wasting your time, training around? You should be training to get a good job or whatever. Yeah. But because they expect, if I say that I'm hanging out with a girl like that, they would go something like, but she must be that kind of crazy hippie who doesn't know who's talking life, who doesn't know what to do with her life. Right. But you're really smart. And I mean, you can tell that you can talk about any topic, you are open-minded, that kind of thing. So I think it's good for people to see this, because so that they break this idea of the
definitely
crazy
still a stereotype,
hippie,
right?
Crazy
and it's
hippie.
also it's still kind of thought of something that people do like as a gap year, or like something you do right after university to like find yourself. And like, yes, like that does happen, right? Like you do learn a lot about yourself outside of your comfort zone, right? In your traditional environment, right? Of course. But then you're just expected, okay, you did it, and now go back to what you're supposed to be doing, type of thing. And I'm like, I don't want to go back, because this is the most fun for me, right? This is what I want to be doing.
Going back, that's
what people are saying. Like, so when are you gonna go back to New York? I don't think I got.
There's nowhere to go back to.
Right.
Like this is where I want to be.
Right.